For this week's video, I have a question for you. And it's quite simply, if you are in a private practice, who are you marketing to? And actually, I'm going to give you a few seconds to really think about that and just get a bit of paper out and just jot the answer down for me. Okay, so really, if you're in private practice, there should be one answer on that piece of paper. And that answer should be your patients. And really, I'm going to challenge that. I'm going to call that out because I think a lot of you in private practice don't market to your patients. The content you put together doesn't talk to your patients. What actually happens is you end up talking to other people in your industry. And that seems a little bit silly. And what do I mean by marketing to other people in your industry? Well, what I mean is writing technical content, producing technical marketing, which really has no bearing on how you help your patients. It's just a piece of information which talks about what you do. You know, maybe it talks about the technical abilities of a machine which goes ping, or it talks about the process that you go through to do X, Y, or Z. But none of that actually links in to your patients and how you solve their problem and how you make them better. Because I can guarantee that no patient is interested in how a machine works or what the process is unless you can demonstrate that you can help them. I mean, I'm a bit of a geek, and yes, I will pick up a car brochure or a car magazine because I love cars, or I'll pick up a technology or computing brochure or something to do with kind of tech and innovation. And yeah, I will get a little bit geeky about the technical specifications. You know, the number of megabytes or the number of CC or the 0 to 60 time, that stuff interests me. But what really interests me is, well, how can that car make a difference to my life? How does it solve a problem I have? So for a car, quite simply, my problem is how do I get from A to B? And for a piece of tech, it's how does it improve my life? How can I use it to do something which maybe I couldn't do before, or to do something easier? The tech specs are important to me, but actually they're not important to whether that thing solves my problem. Now, before you get your pants in a twist and tell me that, well, you know, we have to write things and it has to be factually correct and everything has to be perfect and we have to say the right things. You know, I get that. There's the professionalism side. But as far as I'm concerned, your professionalism is not being called into doubt at all. You are professional by the very qualifications you have, the training you've done, the study you have, and the way you present yourself. I'm talking about something completely different. Because when you write a really technical piece of marketing, you're not talking to your patients, you're talking to other practitioners. And you're probably more scared that those other practitioners are going to turn around and go, that's wrong, you haven't said that right. No, that's not actually what it does. And the question to ask here is it your patients who are paying your bills? Or is it other healthcare professionals? Because really, you have to decide who you want to market to and who you're going to listen to and who you're going to talk to and help. Now, I'm not saying for a moment that you shouldn't have some level of technical and detailed information within your marketing. There's definitely a place for it. There really, really is. But it's not what you should lead with. One of my biggest bugbears, one of the things which really I find very frustrating, is when people's marketing says things like fully insured, fully qualified, registered with these professional bodies. As a patient, my first question is, so what? I don't know who these professional bodies are and I don't know what it means. I don't know what your qualification means. I don't know what your insurance means. Do any of those three things relate to how you can help me as a patient? And I would say the answer is probably no. But we spend so much time with our marketing trying to be absolutely spot on, perfectly correct with all that perfect technical information, not because the patients want it, but because we're more scared of people picking faults in it, of other professionals coming along and going, you know what, Dave, that's wrong, that's wrong. And there's a question to ask here. Who's paying your bills? Is it the patient or is it the professional? Because you have to make that decision in your marketing as to who you are talking to. Because if you're talking purely to professionals and you're talking purely with a technical dictionary and professional definition of what you do, you're not going to get that connection. And what patients will do is they will keep looking for the person who they can connect with and who will absolutely demonstrate 100% that they can solve their problems. So my challenge to you is quite simple. It's look at your marketing. It's look at the message you're putting out to the world. It's not a competition to show how much you know. It's not a competition to show how clever you are. This is an exercise in connection. It's connecting with the clients you want to treat, with the patients you want in your clinic, with the patients you can help. And my invitation to you quite simply is, sit down, look at your marketing and work out how you can do that. Work out the most effective way of demonstrating your ability to solve problems, not demonstrating your ability to show how much you know. And if you need a bit of help with that, give me a shout.